It is the Midgets' third heat and their final heat of the 2019 season. Starting in front is Casey Ensor-Smith after winning the second race. Then Cyril Jacobs, Calvin Loubser, Luca Gous and Regile Mailula. They are off and we are away. A clean start so far as they come to the quick left-hander. Through the left-hander, it's Casey Ensor-Smith, followed by Cyril Jacobs, Calvin Loubser, Luca Gous. In fifth, currently it's Simone Jacobs, followed by Regile Mailula. Here's Regile Mailula moving up into fifth and relegating Simone Jacobs to sixth position. Same out in front. Casey Ensor-Smith, Cyril Jacobs, Calvin Loubser, Luca Gous. Then we have Regile Mailula, Simone Jacobs, Jaden Brandt, Zach Thomas Fivers, Chloe Stewart as we come over the start-finish line to complete the first lap of this third heat. Jaden Brandt, Zach Thomas Fivers with a fight, Chloe Stewart, Declan Reese, followed by Kutlwano Malumane. There's this man, Clayton Cole Ensor-Smith, leading the race. There's a battle on for third place between Calvin Loubser and Luca Gous. Luca Gous very close. Not making a move that time. Jaden Brandt and Zach Thomas Fivers also fighting it out for P7 as we come through the corkscrew. Leaders crossing the start-finish line. Clayton Cole Ensor-Smith with half a second gap, then another half a second from Cyril Jacobs to Calvin Loubser, followed by Luca Gous, Simone Jacobs in fifth. She has passed Regile Mailula. Luca Gous looking very racy, chasing down Calvin Loubser. Luca Gous coming in wide to the right-hander, no dive. Oh, that's Kutlwano Malumane, a spin there at the left-hander before the corkscrew. Hopefully he can recover. Back to this battle for third place between Calvin Loubser and Luca Gous. Luca Gous not quite close enough. Calvin Loubser with very good pace. And this is Malumane pulling to the side of the track. That is very unfortunate. Yellow flags are out. And I don't think we're going to see that card back in action again. Here we go. Calvin Loubser, Luca Gous battling it out. And Simone Jacobs, she's got to love this. That battle is bringing her back into contention. Here we go. Calvin Loubser, Luca Goos coming up the back straight. Calvin Loubser, Luca Goos. Very, very close battling. This great racing from these carters. Calvin Loubser still ahead. Simone Jacobs closed up right behind. Yellow flag still out. No overtaking. This battle for third is still raging. Four laps into this 12-minute race. Simone Jacobs, she's closed up to Luca Goos. Luca Goos going slightly defensive. Epic racing from our midgets. Clayton Cole, Ensor-Smith still out in front, followed by Cyril Jacobs, Calvin Loubser, Luca Goos. Simone Jacobs putting Luca Goos under pressure.
So much grip the way it bounces back. Yes, yeah. It just feels, yeah.
This battle for third is closed up slightly on Cyril Jacobs. Coming uphill here. It's Luca Goos and Calvin Loubser. Oh, there's contact. Contact. That is very unfortunate. Luca Goos, let's see if we can see what happened. Unfortunately off screen, but there was definite contact between Calvin Loubser and Luca Goos. And there, I think, is another kart out of action. Yellow flags out. Very unfortunate for Luca Goos. But now it's Calvin Loubser and Simone Jacobs fighting for third place. Cyril Jacobs still running in second. We see Cyril Jacobs. That is Simone Jacobs following through up into third position. Simone Jacobs has passed Calvin Loubser. Now what can Calvin Loubser do here? Clayton Cole, Ensor-Smith, Cyril Jacobs, then a close battle between Calvin Loubser and Simone Jacobs. Then coming into your screen, that is Regile Malula. Zach Thomas 5 is kart number 12. Then we got Jaden Brandt coming up the back straight now. Kart number 47. Followed by Chloe Stewart, kart number 17, currently in 8th. Here's Declan Rees, his first race of the 2019 season. Three and a half minutes to go. What can Simone Jacobs do here? Calvin Loubser, good racing, keeping that third position. Calvin Loubser half a second quicker than Simone Jacobs on the last lap, but now Simone Jacobs has a tow. She's got the draft in that slipstream. Great stuff. Calvin Loubser not giving an inch as our leader comes through the corkscrew. Cyril Jacobs, Calvin Loubser, Simone Jacobs, completing the 7th lap of the race now. Simone Jacobs again, this looks to be a favorite overtaking spot for her. Up into third, Calvin Loubser, he is going to fight back. Cyril Jacobs, he's got to watch out. This battle is closing in on him. Calvin Loubser, 1 kart length behind Simone Jacobs. Top of your screen. Calvin Loubser now in 4th. Simone Jacobs in 3rd. Cyril Jacobs, he will definitely hear the roar of these 4-stroke karts. Calvin Loubser side by side as we come up the back straight. There's an epic battle between Simone Jacobs and Calvin Loubser. Wheel to wheel action. Calvin Loubser back in front. Back in front of Simone Jacobs. This is Zach Thomas Fivers and Jaden Brandt with the battle. Sorry, Riachile Mailula and Zach Thomas. Zach Thomas Fivers currently in P6. Karts averaging 71 kilometers an hour. Not bad for these midgets. 50 seconds remaining on the clock. This should be their last lap of the race. As we go back to our leader, Clayton Cole, Ensor-Smith. If he can pull this off, this will be his 3rd win out of 3 today. Being chased down by Cyril Jacobs. Calvin Loubser, Simone Jacobs. Oh, there's a spin out on track, dust on the circuit. Simone Jacobs, Calvin Loubser still battling for that 3rd position. As we come around the final turn, it's going to be Clayton Cole, Ensor-Smith. It's going to win the race. Crowd very happy as well. Clayton Cole, Ensor-Smith, Cyril Jacobs. From Calvin Loubser and Simone Jacobs. Riachile Mailula, he is coming around the last turn. Zach Thomas Fivers so close behind. Jaden Brandt coming up the hill. Kart number 47 will finish in 7th. We got Chloe Stewart in 8th position. There's the checkered flag. Declan Rees. And that is it for the 3rd heat. Let's take a look at the final results of this race. Clayton Cole, Ensor-Smith, 3 out of 3 heat wins for him today. Cyril Jacobs, 4.5 seconds behind. And then Calvin Loubser, 6/10 of a second behind Cyril. Simone Jacobs in 4th with the fastest lap of the race at 1:21.8. Riachile Mailula finishing in 5th. Zach Thomas Fivers in 6th. Jaden Brandt, Chloe Stewart, Declan Rees, Luca Gous completes the top 10. Luca Gous and Kutlwano Malumane not having a great race with that technical issues and contact they had. This is the Pro Kart Triple S 2019 final championship standings for the midgets. Simone Jacobs is your 2019 champion. 318 points, 4 wins out of 9 rounds. Cyril Jacobs, brother and sister combination. Cyril on 304 points with 1 win and 7 podiums. Calvin Lobsher, 6 podiums through the season. Luca Ghost with a podium as well. In 5th is Riachile Mailula. Tyler Robertson only doing 6 races, winning 3 of those. Jaden Brunt in 7th. Chloe Stewart 8th. Zach Thomas 5 is 9th. Kutlwano Malumani in 10th. Followed by Berlin Robinson, Madre Massain, Dylan de Jager, Tandu Malumani, and then Clayton Cole, Ensor-Smith in his only race of the season. He takes the win today. And then Declan Reese on his debut this season. Thank you very much, and we will see you in 2020.